to record this. Awesome. All right. So if you don't know me, Crystal, I'm Alba. I'll be one of your coaches during this challenge or during this month as well. And this is Alyssa. Alyssa, this is Crystal. Crystal, Alyssa.
Hi,
Hi, Lisa.
Crystal.
Mhm. So Alyssa's been with us for a while and she's doing amazing. I would say most importantly, yes, she is getting, the results that she wants, but she's definitely her confidence in herself. And I feel like just who she is really like coming out. So I love it. Miss Alyssa, do you mind sharing like some of your wins for this past challenge?
Some of my wins include, losing some stomach fat, losing some stubborn fat around my legs. I definitely noticed a difference in my arms. Just being more comfortable in my clothes, being more comfortable wearing like not cover I do cover myself up, but that's for more to be more conservative. But when I do choose to wear clothes that are like smaller or more revealing, like I feel better in them because I am smaller or have less fat on my body. So
Hey,
and I more in
really?
taking care of myself, like eating consistently. Like I make it a point. Like I think today I was with my boyfriend and he was about to go somewhere. I was like, no, I have to go home. Bring me home. I have to eat my snacks. And I had to. So,
I love you. You're so cute. All right. This is fun. So it's gonna be really instant. Thank you, Alyssa. Those
yeah.
are great, great results, by the way. I love it. I love that I get to see them daily. Girl, is that your Barrick? Oh no, sorry, Alyssa. No, 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 Alyssa. Is that your Barrick?
Yes, this is
Girl,
me.
that does
I have
not even look like a room in the Barracks.
I have made this place my home. Like it took a couple months, but everything I got was from Facebook Market, Ross, Walmart. I got a big rug, a couch for $150 on Facebook Market. It's
You
very
got a
cute.
couch in your room?
Yes, I'm on my couch. It's a little messy right now, but I'm on my couch right now.
Oh, wow. People tell me they're like, I don't have room in my thing to take pictures, and you're over here with the couch and the bed and a freaking probably a dress or two that they put in there, right?
Yeah, you can put anything,
I love it.
anything.
I love it. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Babe, could you give me the charger? It's under the bed. I'm so sorry. Ashley, are you in the military? I mean, Crystal, sorry.
Yes, I am. I'm in the army.
Oh, are you in the barracks too?
I am. This is not my room though.
Oh, okay, okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you ladies are you part of the 25th? I don't even know how to say it. 25th Infantry?
Oh no. I live on Tripler. I don't live in school.
Oh, okay, okay, cool. Cool. All right, Ashley. So, okay, ladies, so I just wanted to share with you today we're going over mindset, okay? Um, and I feel like mindset is super duper important, especially stepping into this. We're stepping into the second week of the challenge. Um, but I feel like it's super right here is where we either get super comfortable with the idea of thinking like, oh, I got this, it's in the bag, or like, oh, this is easy, or it's okay, like I'll do it later, right? We either have two ways of going. We can go down the path of thinking that we know it, or the path of like, whatever, I give up before even like really getting into it. I feel that one of the biggest, I'm gonna need my phone, okay? I feel like one of the biggest things that I have noticed about myself that even after 14 years of doing this, I still jump into those mindsets. One of where I think I got it and I know it all. And the second where, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. It's okay. I'll do it later. And what really has helped me is to really, really, really take responsibility for that mental loop that pops up all the time. So, what I mean by the mental loop is there's something that you tell yourself when you're stepping into a challenge or you're going to push yourself to the next level. It's either like, who cares, or it's too hard. For me, it's what does it matter? What does it matter? What does it matter if I start tomorrow? What does it matter if I don't eat that meal? What does it matter? What does it matter? What does it matter? I get into this funk, right? Especially because we're all ladies here, especially during that period time, the week before my period. My excuses are valid to the core, even if they don't make sense. I will fight you till the end, until you agree with me when it's that time of my period. So when we can recognize these thoughts and actually call them out, oh, this is recorded, so it's gonna be shared with other people. They're gonna be about, well, whatever. Um, uh, especially so anytime that I hear that thought, I have to call it out. I have to stop, pause, and I have to call it out. And I know it sounds crazy, right? So, but how many of us know that a different, we have a voice inside our head that just sometimes goes crazy? Sometimes they call it intrusive thoughts, right? Intrusive thoughts. You're just like sitting there doing nothing, and then all of a sudden you get this wild thought, like it's not something that you typically do, but it's what you think you need to do. Um, so what are some of your mental loops that you have challenges with? What's a thought that always comes, that not always, but majority of the time when you're on a roll and you're doing good, all of a sudden something comes up. It's like I can't change, or I always quit, or this is too hard.
I feel like mine is my go-to saying is, I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. And I just don't end up doing it. It's just as soon as I say it, I know I'm not gonna do it.
Right? And you know you're not gonna do it, right? But it kind of like gives you comfort saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. I get that one. I've had that one. Alyssa? Hi, Esther.
Um, I say, yeah, it's out. Sometimes I tell myself, like I have really good weeks in the gym. I'll spend 5 days in the gym, and this week I only spend one day in the gym. Like I don't know what that's about, but I guess consistency, and then like I'll do it later or I'll go later. No, I have to go to the gym in the morning because later I will not go later. And then for the mindset thing, I guess it's like when people look at me funny, like I'm carrying myself with peace now, and I don't react to a lot of things that I used to, but I definitely still think them, which is wrong, but at least I'm not acting on it. So like when someone looks at me crazy, I might accidentally look at them crazy, but it's like you can't look at people crazy because they look at you crazy. I don't know. That's just like an intrusive thing. It's like
Mm, okay.
even though I don't like give the same things physically and verbally energy, like I could definitely work on my face, even though sometimes it's really hard.
No, I get that. Girl,
No.
my mouth still pops off sometimes. But definitely these are things that, like, so we know, right? So the important part is giving ourselves the grace, okay? Not getting upset with ourselves, because then we get upset with ourselves and we're like, you know you're not gonna do it. Why the heck are you lying to yourself? And you just go down the spiral and you start talking negative about yourself. Just taking a second, right? It's the pause. There's a pause that you can make happen by simply just capturing the thought, right? I'll do it tomorrow. Wait, right? You're like, wait. And then you go, have you guys ever heard of the 5 second rule? Yeah. So there's a book by Mel Robbins. I recommend it for everyone. If you haven't read it, read it. Have you read it, Alyssa? Okay. I recommend that you read it. You can listen to it on audiobook. Basically, it's like all you need is 5 seconds to launch your life. That's it. To launch your life into a different direction. So let's say you get that thought, right? You're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. You say, hold on. I'm gonna do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you get up and you go take action. Because that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest part is getting into that, like stepping into it, right? Like the gym. It's the one of the most challenging things for me was just walking out the door to the car. I would put my clothes on. I'd have my water ready. I'd even check my creatine and my pre-workout. And it was just like getting out the door. Because I'd always find something else that needed my priority, or I needed something done, or it was going to take. I just started thinking about the drive to the gym and what I could be doing. And instead, just saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and launching yourself to the next thing, to the next thing that you're doing. Try it out. It works. Let me know how it works for you, okay? So I'm going to ask you guys 3 questions, okay? And I need full participation. First question is, what's a belief you've been carrying that no longer serves you? So what is something that you think about yourself that no longer serves you? So for example, my belief is I'm not good enough. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. So even though that would get me into action, it would get me into like this tired action, this tired plan of action. So I was not, I was doing it to get applause or a congratulation from somebody that I looked up to. Let's use my wife for an example, right? I was using it to get like a pat on the back for my wife. But she never told me I had to do it. It was just me in my head saying, I'm not good enough. I need to do more. I need to do this. I need to cook beyond. I need to cook like restaurant style dinners. I need to make sure that the house is clean all the time. I need to make sure that I make her breakfast on time. I need to make sure that I stay on top of what I say I'm going to stay on top of, and then do it even 10 times better. But there was never no applause or no, hey, thank you, because she didn't tell me to. So that I learned that was something that stopped serving me, that it didn't serve me anymore because I just started doing things for me. And there's a difference when you're doing things for yourself, even when it comes down to your workouts, your meal plans, and how you're feeding your body. Because if you're doing it, like I remember I was doing it, I was getting strong to a point where I felt like I had to take care of my wife because she couldn't walk. Right. So I was like, I have to be strong. I have to be able to carry her from point A to point B. I need to do this. I need to do that. And it just got so exhausting because I kept going further and further and further, which is good, right? But when it's in your mind and it doesn't serve it doesn't serve you, right? You just get exhausted. You get tired. It's like you're doing something. You're like in a rat race. You're never gonna win. So that for me was my thing. So what phrase would you say, what belief, sorry, have you been carrying that no longer serves you? What do you want to let go of? What do you want to change?
I'll change them. I want to change the idea or thought that I have. And it's interesting because it's still, but I'm still pushing past it. Like there's these thoughts that come that say like, oh, nobody's gonna show up, or like nobody's gonna take your vision and see it as theirs.
but it's such a lie. Like I cancel, delete it because we're showing evidence that that's not true. You know, for us to get over 80 people and shape up, you know, for us to be growing the team, you know, things like that, you know, and like even Crystal like joining the challenge, you know what I mean? It's just, this makes me happy because like when I take action, then it's like, oh my gosh, she said yes, you know, and so I'm ready to let that go, that there are people that are wanting to join us and go on this movement and this vision of transforming lives together. Thank you.
Okay. So I really want you to think about that one, okay? What is a belief I've been carrying that no longer serves me? It could be, I think I'm too mean. I'm too lazy. I don't do enough. I'm not fast enough. Go ahead, Crystal.
I think mine is why am I doing this? Like, is this really gonna make me happy? That's a mindset I used to have. I'm still kind of getting through that mindset because again, I do struggle with confidence. Then, like my whole entire life, I've been kind of looked down, like belittled a lot. But now that I'm in the military, I'm starting to realize, you know what? I'm doing this for me, my mental health, my physical health. Um, yeah, I think that's it.
Wow, good job, sis. Great work. So keep that thought, okay? Because I'm gonna ask you guys the next question. Alyssa, do you want to share?
Mm, mm-mm.
No? Okay, that's fine. No worries. And Esther, if you want to share, unmute yourself. If not, you could just put it in the chat, okay? That'd be working. All right, so here's a second question. We're gonna flip it, okay? So if you fully believed in yourself, what would you be doing differently right now? If you fully believed in yourself, what would you be doing differently right now? If I fully believed in myself, what I'd be doing differently right now is I would have had a big old event today for people that are far away from their moms or just have a hard time celebrating moms and brought people together. But because that thought is so intrusive, I'm not enough. It covers a lot of aspects of my life. Like just like my wife Latoya said, oh, people wouldn't come. Oh, like that's silly. Or like, who are you trying to prove? Or what are you trying to prove? Or da, da, da. Like all these thoughts would come in. But if I fully believed in myself, I would be making the events that I imagine in my mind, and I would make them happen. That's me. Yeah, you guys want to share?
Can you repeat or rephrase the question? I'm confused. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm trying to.
So let's say that there is, if you believed, I'm gonna read it the way I said it. If you fully believed in yourself, what would you do differently right now? If that intrusive thought wasn't there, what would you be doing right now? What actions would you be taking?
Um, I would probably be trying to put myself in a like actively trying harder to put myself in an army school instead of and training for it instead of just like mentioning my name for it or I would actually start trying to do things to impact people. Like I know I talked about the doing the sandwich thing, which I still am, but I would just be doing things at a quicker rate, like more intense rate, like just putting myself out there and just starting if I didn't think the things I thought.
I hear that. I hear that. I want you to know that I'm proud of you because you're getting attention because I want to be part of the serving the poor with sandwiches. I do. So let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Um, go ahead, Bev.
Okay, thank you guys so much for sharing. It's so powerful. Um, if those intrusive, negative, limiting belief thoughts were not there, I would have events like at least once a week in person, uh, um, teaching people about the opportunity to become a coach. That's what I would do.
Love that. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead, Crystal.
I think mine is kind of similar to Alyssa. Definitely, I would love to get out, help a lot of shelters, and it's the same thing for Latoya. Maybe be like a little coach, and I would actually just like get out and do things that I really love without second guessing myself. Like, oh, like, do I look okay doing this? Like, what do people think of me or what I'm doing? Like, is this okay? Is this not okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that one. Is this okay? Is this not okay? Is this gonna offend someone? Is this gonna bother someone that I'm doing this? I'm not trying to make people mad. I'm trying to bring happiness, right? Okay. So who you are becoming, who are you becoming with the choices that you're making daily? That's a really good one. Yes. Who are you becoming with the choices that you're making daily?
Um,
Go ahead.
I'll go ahead. I'd say I'm becoming someone who is slower to anger, someone that's less reactive, someone that's more understanding, um, patient, um, not living a double life because I feel like I was always a decent person, but I was under the influence and distracted by, and I'm speaking from now a biblical standpoint. Um, just living a double life. Like now it's like, okay, God told me to pick one. You were living a certain way, it didn't serve you. You were good sometimes, bad other times. You gotta pick one. And I'm choosing the one that's gonna put me on the right path and that's gonna allow me to do what I really want to do, which is help people, be a good impact, a positive influence, a good role model, like just not living a double life. That's what I'm working on.
Wow, good job, sis. I'm so happy that you can see yourself that way. Because it doesn't matter what I think or what anybody else thinks. It matters that you see yourself in that vision. I'm proud of you. Ladies, anybody want to go? Who are you becoming with the choices that you're making daily? I can tell you that I can feel my choices now because there's a period that I took that I needed rest. And rest for me looks like giving myself that mental space and that time that I need, not pressuring myself. I still doing the things that I need to do, but I'm not like throwing things on top of myself, more commitments and more like just commitments, just more commitments and more commitments and more commitments and more commitments. Whereas now I'm able and capable of saying, no, that doesn't work for me. No, that doesn't work for me. So I can feel myself stepping out of that that space of my life. And with my choices today, I can feel myself go like, how can I say it? Being able to take on more. But this time, I'm taking on more without feeling like this. I used to feel like this burdensome obligation to do things, but I always felt like I would mess it up. So I would do above and beyond to make sure, like I said before, that I was getting approval and that if I did mess it up, it would be so people wouldn't say anything because I did so much. Like I always knew like I didn't though that's what success is. You have failures and you learn from them. You're supposed to have failures as you grow in life. You're supposed to mess up and learn as you grow in life. But that took me such a a minute to understand and to grow from. It really did. I was always hard on myself and punishing myself if I made a mistake or if I said something that that made people upset or I was always trying to please everybody. And with the choice that in the with the choices that I make today, it's leading me to be an astonishing leader because I no longer put that pressure on my team or my challengers or my wife or my home. Like what I mean is the pressure, I mean is the pressure of like what, you're not grateful? Why aren't you grateful? I do this, this, and this, and this, and this. But the thing is, like, I should be doing it because I want to do it for my heart. But I couldn't appreciate myself. So anytime I did anything for anybody, it was because I needed them to appreciate me so that I could feel appreciated. But now with this rest that I've taken and this slowing down, right? It's speeding up. I can feel myself. I'm speeding up again and I'm getting freaking back in it mentally and physically. I'm able to say, I'm doing this because I'm good at it. I'm doing this because this is what I do. I'm doing this because this is my God-given gift. This is what I'm doing. And everything that I do is because God gave me that gift. If I cook a dang good meal, it's because God gave me that gift. If I freaking clean this house beautifully, it's because I have that gift of cleaning the house. It's just those things that changed for me. It's not no longer waiting for approval, but okay, I talk a lot. Thank you for that, for giving me that space to share. Does
It's
anybody else?
okay, Elton.
Oh, thank you. Do you want to share? Who am I be? Oh, you already did. Crystal, do you want to share? Who am I becoming with the choices I'm making daily?
I would say, in the past, like majority of my life, I'm a very loving, I'm super calm and patient, but I tend to overgive my energy, which it affects me a lot. But I do it out of love, and I could say the only reason why I do that because I didn't have that growing up, so I put that love and that all that energy into somebody that I can either meet in a year. And really, it's just, but now I've been isolating myself just to like focus on me. I've never really focused on me, my mental. So what I do now to do that, I don't go to the gym like every single day, but I go to the gym more. I do things that make me happy. I stop giving so much time and energy into one person because at the end of the day, not everyone is gonna have your best interest. They're not gonna give you back the same energy no matter how hard you try or fight. And that was my issue. because I'm such a loving, nurturing person, and I would always want that back from the person, but I don't tell them that. I expect them to do that, but I mean, reality is not everyone is going to do that. So, yeah, that's, and honestly, I've been more happier. I feel like when I was overgiving, I was more depressed. I was more sad, even though like I would never show it. But I'm starting to put me first.
I love that. I
Being
love
boundaries.
that. So, so with the start of this conversation, okay, I said, what is that one? Did you want to share something, Alyssa? She shared. Oh,
I shared,
okay.
but I
I
do
thought you raised your hand.
resonate with what what was your name? I'm sorry, I started with a
Crystal.
C. Crystal. I do resonate with what Crystal was saying. I put myself through a lot of unnecessary things because I was just expecting people to match my energy and like really see the type of person I was and how much I care. But it's like they some people just aren't like that. I'm sorry. Like people are not gonna give you the same energy or not. Or even take advantage of you. So yeah. The over sharing and the over giving and just over exerting yourself. Just not good.
I
That's
love
why I would
Yeah.
rather help yeah, instead of the people who are
it.
undeserving.
What, friend? Crystal?
I said beautiful. I just I love hearing her talk because like when I hear her talk, I'm like, okay, I used to do that too. So even now that yes, I'm 22, but everything that she's saying, like the questions that I had, I kind of still do have. I'm like, okay, well that makes sense now. Why was I like that person? Because like she said, everything that she's been saying, I resonate with a lot too. Yes, I'm very nurturing, caring, but I do be doing a few things that be hurting other people, but not intentionally. But if they make me mad, okay, yeah, that's intentional. But I'll see. I look at that.
I love it. You girls are so honest. I appreciate you being on here. So, wrapping it up, okay? So, you had your belief that no longer, you know your belief that no longer serves you, okay? And from y'all, like I did not hear one thing about how about what the things that you're doing now that they're going to put you in a negative place. So I love that. Keep doing what you're doing, right? It only progresses and it only gets better. And if you believed in yourself, what would you do differently? This is for me too, is just encouraging each other to go out and do those things. Okay? To go out and do those things. And while we're doing this, because we're in this momentum of taking care of ourselves, right? So if we got to keep taking care of ourselves daily. And this is what the 21-day challenge is for, to feed and nurture the healthy thoughts that we are having, to feed and nurture the plans that we see for ourselves in the future. Knowing now that we have these beliefs that are like loops in our mind that talk negatively to us about what we want to do or what we're doing, now we have no reason to believe them because we have put it out in a space and let it go, because we know that the choices that we're making now are leading us to a brighter future. And we know that we believing we can take action because we believe in ourselves, because we're doing it now, because of the choices that we're making for our future. Like it starts today and every day you're making a choice. And from what you guys just told me, we're all doing something to move forward in life. Typically people would be like, well, from everything that I just told you, right? Because we do the analysis, the wellness evaluation, everything that I just told, everything that they tell us, their future is headed down a path of like diabetes or being overweight or just not a healthy routine in life, over drinking, over partying. And when it comes to the point of them being committed to to taking an opportunity that can better their lives, they won't do it. And the number one thing that I hear is because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in themselves. They're like, I don't think that I can commit to something like this. Or I just don't see myself doing this every day. Or I just don't have the time for it. They have the lack, but here, I mean, this is I would not be telling this to a whole group of people if they would have had different choices that they were making daily. But here, right here in this group, right, and there are gonna be other people listening, but right here in this group, you are making the choices daily, and that's a big impact for those around you, especially here in the challenge. So if we can have the courage, okay, to share in the chat, okay, share in the chat something that is going to motivate people. How you are changing, how you thought something, like what I would love for you, okay, is in these next 7 days is to share when you're feeling the doubt, right? I don't want to go to the gym, but I said I'm going and I'm going. Right? I don't want to eat my meal, but I'm going to eat it right now. Sharing that kind of, because we're stepping into the second week, and this is the part where people feel that what is it called? That friction with themselves. They feel doubt. They don't want to go on, or maybe they're just like, I'm just gonna quit. I'll do tomorrow, right? And with your words in there saying, hey, today was a rough day, but I'm committed. Let's get this. It's gonna empower people to see, okay, wow, like I'm not the only one. I'm gonna get to it. But ladies, I just want you to know that I love you so much. I'm very proud of you for jumping on this call. And if you guys have any questions before we jump off. No? Okay. Lots of love. If you please share what you got out of the call today, and we will see you maybe Tuesday. I know we'll. Oh, okay.
Sunday.
And then next Sunday at 4 p.m. we're gonna go over products.
Yeah.
Over products and how products can support your health journey as well. All right, ladies. Love you. Oh, let's take a picture.
Esther. 1, 2, 3. Cheese. All right. God bless you guys.
Bye.
You're vulnerable. Love you.
How do I stop this?